Hey everyone, I just got back from Magfest 9. It was an absolutely fantastic, great time. I wanted to do a video telling everyone about it, what I thought about it, how my time was, and show you guys all the great stuff that I was able to pick up while I was there at Magfest. Like I say, I still even have my badge sitting here, ready to go. Just got home a few minutes ago. Anyway, the convention itself was a lot of fun. I went last year, but this is the first year I stayed at a hotel and actually went all the days. I spent most of my time in the video game room itself. I was doing the challenges again, which you may remember me mentioning last year during my Magfest video. But anyway, if you don't know what they are, basically what it is you sit down at one of these challenge stations. They have basically a laptop with a controller there, and then they have a basic little computer thing set up where you select which game and which challenge you want to accomplish. Then you hit a button to load up a state of wherever the challenge is taking place and what you're supposed to do, and then you go ahead and keep trying to do it over and over again until you're able to complete the challenge. And these challenges, I actually still have my really beat up checklist and all for my challenges. Here's my actual one. This got beat up, of course. It was in my pocket and kept getting pulled in and out of my pocket all weekend while I was completing different challenges. But for example, some of the ones they had, they have 4 different difficulties. You have normal, hard, extreme, or expert. Sorry, not extreme, expert, and unfair. Which unfair was new this year. It's supposed to be these most ridiculous challenges to do. But basically, you have like a normal challenge would be like in Aladdin for the Sega Genesis. You have to defeat Jafar. You only have one hit to your dead, and you have no apples to start with. Or another example was Bionic Commando. Beat Area 4 without flares. But then you move on to like a hard one. Beat Bucky O'Hare's Red Planet in one life, or beat the Machine Boss in Batman for the NES with one hit. Then you had some expert ones. You had where's an expert one? Oh, like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Beat Robotnik on the hardest difficulty. Or you had another one that another good one. Battle of Olympus, beat the Minotaur with only the sword and one-hit death. You also had 10 Mega Man challenges that you could do from Mega Man's classics, as well as the X series, which included beating Elect Man with one hit in Mega Man 1. You actually had 2 for Mega Man 2. Beating Heat Man stage was one of them, and then the other one was beat the Guts Man tank with Bubble Lead. You also had one for Mega Man 4, which was to beat the Giant Matul in one with only 1 health. Anyway, the unfair ones, which I was only able to actually complete one, for example, was Street Fighter 2, where you had to beat M. Bison 2 rounds in a row with Blanca, but you only have the low kick. You have no other moves available to you, no other buttons work other than low kick. And for completing the challenges, you got some random stuff like some posters and like a little sample CD type thing and little small things, but you also could get patches, which I had gotten some last year, which included for beating some hard challenges. You got this one, as well as for completing other hard challenges, normal challenges, normal ones. You got this gold patch of a mushroom. They also had a silver one of this. There's another one I don't know where I have it. I have another one for the hard ones, like this as well. Unfortunately, they ran out of the expert ones, so I wasn't able to get the expert one that I wanted. They also have ones for Genesis and NES and SNES ones for completing certain amounts of those systems. You got little controllers. Unfortunately, they ran out of the SNES ones, so I didn't get that one. As well as my absolute favorite, for completing 5 of the Mega Man challenges, you got this patch, which you can see there's a picture of Beat, and then has I'm Off on the bottom, so you can get where they're going with that one. But this one is probably my favorite that they gave away during the convention. The challenges are really, really cool. I actually ended up coming in 4th place out of everyone that was doing the challenges. That means I completed the 4th most amount of challenges. Actually, the 2 people ahead of me, I think, were only like 1 and 2 more challenges than I was able to accomplish. It's a lot of fun. Some of them can be really, really hard. It can take you lots and lots of tries to do, and then other ones I was able to breeze through. So anyway, it's really, really fun, and probably my favorite aspect of Magfest. There's also, of course, the giant arcade set up there with tons of arcade cabinets set up, including the 6-player X-Men cabinet, which is my absolute favorite cabinet ever, and it's like my dream is to have one of those cabinets. As well as, of course, video game related panels and concerts, a lot of video game website and internet guys such as AVGN's there, Parental Floss, Happy Video Game Nerd, Spoonie. They're all there. Some of the people from That Guy with the Glasses were there as well. I got to meet a lot of people there. I didn't get a picture with James. I only saw him once. I didn't get a chance to attend his panel. Unfortunately, I came back to Baltimore to watch the Ravens game, and after that pile of crap, I probably should have just stayed there at Magfest and gone to James's panel, but I came home anyway to watch that. Thankfully, the Packers game was much better, or else it would have been a very, very miserable day yesterday. But besides all that, I, of course, picked up a lot of stuff at Magfest. So I want to go through some of the stuff I picked up. I actually had to redo this video. This is my second time doing it, so everything I had already pulled out is kind of already sitting here. So I'm kind of doing this a little bit differently than I did the first time. We're going to start off with the kind of crappier stuff first. At least the less impressive stuff, and then I guess we'll build up from there as we go. Hope you guys enjoy anyway. Some of you guys did donate to this. Some of the money you guys donated it, went to me being able to pick up some of this stuff. So thank you very, very much. Some of this stuff I'll definitely be showing off in videos and doing some playthroughs for some of this stuff in the future. Especially one game in particular that we'll get to later on. But anyway, let's start off with some of the stuff I picked up here. A copy of the official Carnival by Sega ColecoVision. And I picked up a Game Boy camera. For the SNES, I have a Super Scope, and I have the Super Scope test game, like the Super Scope 6 game or whatever it is, but I don't have the other main Super Scope games, so I picked up them, Battle Clash and Metal Combat. I don't have a copy of Yoshi's Safari, though. That's the big Super Scope game. I still need to pick up one of those in the future. Picked up a copy of Mark of Cree for the PlayStation 2. It's a really fun game. I actually really like this one. Picked it up for $1. Picked up most of the stuff for $1. Some of it was even less than $1. So that's why a lot of this stuff was picked up. So anyway, a really fun game. If you've never played Mark of Cree, it's really good, and it's you can probably get one cheap. Maybe not as cheap as $1. Maybe you can. I'm not sure. Anyway, a really fun game, and I recommend trying that if you get the opportunity to. Picked up a bunch of PlayStation 1 games, including a Japanese wrestling game. Not sure the name. I'm gonna start off by saying also, when we get to the imports, a lot of the games I have no idea what their names are, what they're called. Heck, some of them I don't even know what they're about. So just giving you a warning ahead of time about some of these games. But anyway, I'm sure someone out there, this obviously is the third, with the 3 there, version of this particular Japanese wrestling games. I can see Chono on the cover, and a lot of the other famous Japanese wrestlers of that era, some probably the most famous of all time. So anyway, this is actually probably a pretty fun PlayStation 1 wrestling game. But anyway, picked up that. Picked up a copy of Top Gun Fire at Will for the PlayStation 1. There's some FMV cutscenes with real live actors, which I'm hoping are acted very, very poorly, so I can get a good laugh out of this thing. I've never played this game before, so anyway, I'm hoping that the acting is at least a little bit funny. It would justify picking up this particular game. Remember, I have a very large PlayStation 1 collection. I have over 200 games. So I'm trying to expand that, and sometimes you have to pick up piles of crap that you really don't want, but if you get a really cheap deal on it, you just add it to your collection. You never play it, you never pick it up, but it's there. This is probably the case because I have a copy of Bob the Builder, Can We Fix It? for the PlayStation 1. No, I did not pay $9.99 for it, in case you're wondering. No way in hell would I pay that price. Because in this game, you can knock down an old bridge, then help Muck rebuild it. You can save a family of hedgehogs. You can help Bob fix pipes. And, of course, my favorite game, join in line dancing fun with Bob and Wendy. Doesn't that sound like thrilling adventures? Anyway, Bob the Builder, Can We Fix It? PlayStation 1. Thunder Truck Rally from the makers of Destruction Derby. Destruction Derby is a fantastic PlayStation 1 game, really early PlayStation 1 game, but really good. Have no idea if this is anywhere near that monster truck game, but looks a little bit fun. Picked up a copy of Saltwater Sport Fishing for the PS1. Looks like you pretty much go after swordfish. Copy of Hot Wheels. What's the one? Is this one? Turbo Racing for the PS1. Copy of Sledstorm, a greatest hits copy of Sledstorm, the snowmobile racing game by EA. Actually, it's a pretty good snowmobile racing game if that's something that you would be even interested in picking up. But that's actually a pretty fun PS1 game. Speaking of Destruction Derby, copy of the original Destruction Derby Greatest Hits Edition. Sorry for the blurriness. Anyway, this is actually, like I said before, a really good game. One of my favorite early PlayStation 1 titles. If you've never played it and you want like a little fun destruction car game, this is a really good one to try. And probably the most amazing game ever, Skydiving Extreme by Natsume. I mean, you can't get any better than this one. Let me tell you what. Anyway, if you want to... I have no idea how this even plays. Anyway, it's a skydiving game for PS1. I never knew it existed until today, but it added to my collection, so I picked up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new PS1 games. American, North American PS1 games, so that's not bad. And another imported PS1 game as well. Picked up some, like I said, I picked up this. That's just some of the stuff I picked up. Like I said, we have a lot to go. Thankfully, YouTube has no limits, so I don't have to do lots of videos. I only have to do one now, and you guys get to see everything I picked up. Okay, next up, another PS1 game, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Lone Wolf. Looks like an expansion, actually, to Rainbow Six. So it has all new explosive Rainbow Six missions. Never played this version of the game, this version of Rainbow Six, but anyway, picked up that one. Picked up a complete box copy of Family Feud for the Sega Genesis. Copy of Super Batter Up for the Super Nintendo. This is by Namco, so maybe it's halfway decent baseball game. Never played it before. Can't be any worse than Roger Clemens baseball. Super Battle Tank, War in the Gulf for SNES. Another SNES game that I hadn't had before. A couple more. No, one more PS1 game. Copy of Spin Jam. You've probably seen this one. This was a budget release puzzle game for the PS1. One of those games I just didn't have a copy of, and saw one sitting there. Once again, it was only a buck, I think, so picked that up. Sherlock Holmes, Consulting Detective, Sega CD. Also, on the back of it, there's Sega Classics as well. So I guess you get 2 games for the price of 1 here. The Sherlock Holmes game, and you have 4 classic Sega Genesis games as well on there. A copy of Real Sports Baseball for the Atari 2600. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Command Module Adventure. I don't even know what this is for. I don't. I have no idea, but picked it up. Maybe you guys can inform me on what exactly it is, because I'm not quite sure even what it is. Anyway, next up is a copy of NFL Quarterback Club for the 32X. Reason I picked up this is because I don't have too many 32X games, so just add it to that little collection. I mean, it's not like there is that many 32X games anyway, so that added to that little collection. And then probably the greatest Genesis game ever, copy of The Adventures of Mighty Max. If you don't get a little bit nostalgic for this, come on, it's Mighty Max by Ocean. It also has a premiere issue of The Adventures of Mighty Max comic book inside, which unfortunately is missing, so I guess it's not a complete copy of the game. But anyway, Adventures of Mighty Max. I will definitely be doing a play-it-through of this game in the future. I'm sure it's god-awful. I've actually never played this before, but I loved Mighty Max as a kid. I loved the cartoon, as well as the play sets. So anyway, Mighty Max is pretty awesome, so I picked up that. Okay, now for the imports of what I picked up. So we'll set up, I guess, from the bottom here. Like I said, I do apologize for not knowing the names of some of these games. If they don't have their name directly on the cover in English, I won't know. But I picked up a copy of Nemesis, the Wizardry Adventure, a dungeon crawler for the Japanese Sega Saturn. I picked up a lot of import Saturn games. I have a lot of them already. But I picked up another Sega Saturn import. A copy of Forever With You. Now you may be wondering, what? Forever With You? Yes, it's another Japanese Sega Saturn import. And it's a dating sim. I picked up a few of these during my Sega Saturn collecting. There seem to be quite a few of them released for the Saturn. Not quite sure if this was based on anime, or is it a hentai game turned into a non-one for the Sega Saturn. It's actually a pretty elaborate game from the looks of it. Yeah, there's nothing provocative at all. Nothing going on here that could possibly be whatever. Anyway, picked up that Forever With You. Plus, it had a pretty nice box considering for a Saturn game, so that was a little plus to adding that to the collection. A Japanese copy of Clockwork Knight. This is probably one of the best Sega Saturn games, one of my favorites on the Saturn. Not that the Saturn had a really whole lot of awesome titles, unfortunately. But Clockwork Knight is definitely one of them, and if you've never played it before, definitely pick it up, the North American version, if you're really interested, obviously, in it. But I wanted to get a copy of the Japanese version, plus it was only like $1.50 or $2 or something like that for it, so picked up that. A copy of Black Matrix for the Sega Saturn, another import. This is an RPG that actually has a pretty cool soundtrack. If you've never heard it before, I may have a track of it, at least one, up on my Some Video Game Music account. But a pretty cool game. Next up is my first of another system. For a system I don't even own as well. This is a copy of a game for the FM Towns. Yes. This is Last Armageddon. Looks like it's a dungeon crawler type game. There's kind of nudity going on. The woman's kind of barely covering herself there on the cover. Anyway, it looks like a Japanese dungeon crawler RPG style game for the FM Towns. I'm not even quite sure how you open an FM Towns game, because it has kind of a weird casing. There we go. Anyway, it's lots of CDs in here. The game data thing. Like I said, I've never played an FM Towns game before. Has multiple discs in here for the game. There's the manual for it. Pretty thick manual. Like I said, I have no idea the FM Towns. I've heard of the gaming system before, but I've never had any games for it, and I don't own the system itself. But I'm a game collector, so picking it up, why not? Plus, it was another really cheap import to pick up. So picked up that. So now I have an FM Towns game as I try to put everything back in here. There we go. A copy of Concept. This is based on the Concept card games. I think this is actually the first in the series. I may be wrong. I love the zombie on the background, the zombie farmer on the back cover. But I actually really like the Concept games. They're a little bit weird card game, not as popular as other card games like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that, or Magic, but really fun series of games. Here is a puzzle game. I have no idea what it's called. It looks like it's a versus puzzle game where you pick multiple different female characters to compete against one another in a puzzle game setting. This one actually is sealed up, so I haven't opened it yet. I'll look into that eventually. Oh yeah, next up is this. Another Japanese import Sega Saturn game. And look at the back cover. Once again, nothing going on during this. And no, I really didn't pick it up because of what's the cover, what's on the back, and all that good stuff. It literally was just a very, very cheap Sega Saturn import that I didn't currently already own. So, I added to the collection. Next up is Tales of Destiny, the PlayStation 1 Japanese version of Tales of Destiny, an awesome series of RPGs. I'm sure many of you have heard of the Tales games. Tales of Symphonia, probably the most popular. But Tales of Destiny, a very fun game in that series. Another Japanese import Saturn game. I have no idea what this one is. This one has a rabbit with a top magic hat. Looks like actually a little fun platform puzzle style game for the Saturn. Looks like it actually may be fun. We'll have to wait and see. Next up is a Mahjong game. This one actually is somewhat of a hentai game, it looks like. And the only reason I can definitely tell that is because I actually, if I'm going to show the back of it, I actually have to censor it. You can see that picture I'm holding my finger over because there's a rabbit pulling down that girl's top, and yes, you can see stuff. And I don't want the video to get taken down. So anyway, I actually didn't notice that was on there until after I got home and did the video for the first time, and it messed up. I didn't have my mic properly set up. So anyway, I had no idea that was going on in that. And last but not least for imports is this. If you're like me, a video game collector, and especially love crazy stuff that you have no idea what kind of crap it really is, you cannot pass up this game by looking at it. It looks like it's some kind of racing game involving a bird, coyote thing, and a raccoon, as well as some other animal-related characters. There's the back cover for you. No idea what this game's about, but it's another Sega Saturn import. It's actually made by Enix, the famous company Enix. It's like a 3D platforming game, it looks like as well, now that I'm looking actually into it. Who knows, it actually could be a fun game, may have awful camera, probably does, no idea. Maybe when I get my Sega Saturn working again, I'll have to show off some of these games in at least a stream or something when I test them to make sure they work. Because I'm sure they work, but most of my imports, there's a lot of my imports I haven't had the chance to test because I don't own the systems or the system isn't working. Oh yeah, I did forget something for imports. I picked up some Famicom games, carts only. E-Block, Athena, E-Block. I really don't even know what this is for the Famicom. A copy of Genso Sayuki Super Monkey Daibuken. It looks like there's a monkey guy. It looks like it's another version of the Sayuki Journey West story. Early Famicom game, it looks like. No idea what the hell this is. It could be some kind of dating sim storyline, text adventure game that I will never be able to play because I can't read it. But anyway, really cheap Famicom game. This ninja-looking game. I'm sorry you can't see the guy. The yen sticker is covering it up, but I know I didn't pay 780 yen for the game. I paid like whatever. I paid like $1 for it. But anyway, got that. And Shoken CD. This is actually an anime I've definitely heard of before. I can't think of its name. I've seen this, at least seen this cover before, some other time. I have no idea what the game is, but anyway, picked up another Famicom game. But I don't have a Famicom to play them on, unfortunately, yet. Even though I do have a bunch of Famicom games that I need to play and test at some point, but unfortunately I don't have the Famicom to play them on. The last two things I picked up, and these were kind of the big things. I've been saving the best or the biggest and best for last, I guess. Hold on one second. Pick up two of the games that dropped while I was trying to hold them. Anyway, first up is, there we go, a box complete Intellivision system. Complete Intellivision. I never owned an Intellivision before. I have some games sitting around for it, so I picked up the Intellivision. They also threw in some games as well for it, so I was able to get some games. What was interesting is I saw the boxed Intellivision games sitting there, and I inquired on how much they were going to cost. And anyway, they said they came with the system, so I asked how much the system was. It was a really good deal, so I picked it up. I got a copy of Skiing, Major League Baseball, Space Battle, which if you're a fan of the AVGN, he actually did do a little mini review of this during his Intellivision game. I actually already have a copy of this, Las Vegas Blackjack and Poker and Blackjack. Anyway, there's another. I have two copies of it now. It was a free copy. A game called Star Strike, looks like a decent scrolling shooter. And a game called Night Stalker for the Intellivision. So 6 Intellivision games plus the system on a good deal. I thought that was a really cool thing. I needed the Intellivision. And then last but not least, the big deal that I bought is this. A Neo Geo, as the camera decides to go all blurry for a second. If you've never seen a Neo Geo before, this is a pretty elaborate system for its time. Basically allows you to play arcade-style games, like full arcade graphics versions of games in your home. Unfortunately, the carts and all are very, very expensive for the system, and the games now, when you want to buy copies of games for it, they're really expensive and really hard to get a hold of. But I needed the Neo Geo for my video game system collection, so I picked up the Neo Geo. I actually did get a game with it. He threw in a game for it, thankfully, which is Riding Hero, a fun little motorcycle arcade game, which it works well. It's a little fun game, like I said, just so I made sure I had something with the system. He threw it in, as well as I want to show you a Neo Geo cart. If you've never seen how big and huge a Neo Geo cart is, this is how big it is. I mean, just for example, compare this. Here's a Famicom cart that I showed you earlier, and this is a Neo Geo cart. I mean, you can just see the giant difference between the size here of the Neo Geo games. So anyway, that was my big thing. Like I said before, thank you guys for donating and you allowed me to pick these up. The last game, that I meant to mention, and it's because it's sitting over there. It was in my jacket pocket, so I don't have it over here. But I did pick it up, and I have a picture of it on my Facebook if you want to check that out. But anyway, I picked up a copy of Ys 4 for the TurboGrafx CD. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of that coming up in September this year. Every year I've been doing Ys games. I did Ys Book 1 and 2. I've done Ys 3. So this year I'll be doing Ys 4. So I wanted to do the TurboGrafx CD version of the game. That's what I've been doing for all of them. So anyway, I will be playing that version. It is in Japanese, but I will try to do my absolute best to help you get through the storyline and stuff like that for the game when I do a playthrough of it coming up, like I said, in the month of September. But anyway, I picked up a copy of that. That was my big game I picked up that you guys will be getting to enjoy the soonest, I guess, out of the stuff I picked up. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up my Magfest thoughts and all. It was a fantastic weekend. I had a lot of fun. I did, real quick, before I do end the video, I wanted to thank the people that came up and said hi to me, that recognized me and said hi, and said how great, good they liked the videos and all that good stuff. And anyway, it was a really cool thing. Being recognized for something like that is really cool. Even though it was only a handful of people or something like that, but it's still a really cool feeling. and I want to thank them for those who did do it. Maybe next year you can come out the Magfest, or if you do come out the Magfest, I'll be there again. You can say hi. I did want to throw out one little shout out to DjXyanyde. He likes my videos and all, and gave me a copy of his CD, which I haven't gotten a chance to listen to yet, but I will listen to it. I've listened to some of his stuff on his YouTube channel, and there's some pretty cool video game remixes on there. I'm going to link you guys to his channel below. Just look at the video, check out the comment section below and all that, and I'll post a link to his channel so you guys can check out his stuff as well. But anyway, there you go. That's everything. I think I covered everything this time. Sorry, a little bit tired. I probably got a total of 6 hours of sleep the whole weekend, which was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then today's Sunday. So anyway, I'm running on fumes at this point, and I've done this video twice. Anyway, Challenge of the Dragon will be coming up later this week, probably tomorrow night. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my Magfest pickup video and thought video, and thank you guys so much. I'm actually really close to 4,000 subscribers, which when I do that, I'll thank everyone again, probably in my next video blog whenever I reach that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for everything. Magfest was awesome, and I hope you enjoyed the video.